Hello everyone, and welcome to this special interview with the VYPC. Our guest today is Lukas Khan, who is the winner of the 13-year-old piano category in the CMC this year, which is very impressive. This year's competition was particularly difficult. In fact, Lukas was the only person in the 13-years-old category from our province of BC who made it into the final round, so it's really quite exceptional. There were so many high-level performers, and of course, it was a great honor for me to play the Beethoven Third Piano Concerto with you. I've heard many interesting things about you from your teacher, Xiao Laoshi, one of which is that you started the piano actually relatively late, at 10 and a half years old, which means you've only been playing for 4 years so far, and you've already advanced to such a high level. So, what were some of your hobbies before you started piano?
The hobbies that I have before I was 10 years old are dancing, soccer, games, and running.
And running, interesting. And which was your favorite hobby?
Oh, games, obviously.
Games.
Yeah.
Lovely. I love video games. And when did you find out that you were interested in piano?
Oh, I became interested in piano when I started to learn the piano. Because for me, piano is very fun to play, and I really enjoyed it, and I really liked it so much.
So you basically discovered your passion after you started lessons, right? So it wasn't that you started having great passion for music before you started playing piano, and that was the reason you wanted to learn. It's after you started you kind of discovered, wow, this is something I really like. That's really interesting. Well, clearly you like music because you practice very hard. I've heard that you practice for many hours every single day. So let's set this straight. How many hours do you practice?
Oh, I practice 8 hours the most,
Wow.
but only on weekends. But on weekdays, I practice 5 hours the most.
Wow, that's definitely a lot. And you go to school regularly, right?
Yeah.
Imagine going to school from the morning all the way to the afternoon, then going home and practicing for 5 hours. That really shows a lot of dedication. So you must quite enjoy practicing.
Yeah.
Are there any times where you feel like you don't want to practice?
Yes, there is time that I do not want to practice.
And what are those times?
Well, for example, there are 2 ways that make me do not want to practice at all. First is when I practice a piece for over 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
And 2 is when I practice too much and too long overall.
So in general, probably it's a good idea to stick with one piece for an hour or 2 and then move on to something new so that you don't get bored of playing the same thing over and over, right?
Yeah.
You find that helpful?
Yeah.
And you also don't want to practice too much. Which is funny because 8 hours a day for most people is already a lot, right? Who practices 8 hours a day? Well, I guess you do. I guess for Lukas, a lot would mean 10 hours, 11 hours a day, something that we can't even imagine. So looking at your resume, you've won many awards in the past 4 years you've played piano. Last year, you were signed on by the GOCAA, the Global Outstanding Chinese Artist Association, as a signatory young artist. You've also collaborated with the LA Symphony Orchestra on Mozart's Concerto No. 24 in C minor, and of course, most famously, winning first place in this year's CMC. So do you enjoy participating in competitions?
Yes, I do really enjoy participating in competitions, especially the Chopin International competition. That is my dream and goal that I want to achieve.
The Chopin competition is your goal.
Yeah.
That's a great goal. Speaking of the Chopin competition, is there any composer that's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite composer is Chopin.
That's what I thought.
Because Chopin's pieces have a lot of emotions and storytelling. Those are my favorite.
And who's your favorite pianist?
Oh, my favorite pianist is Song Jin-cho.
Song Jin-cho, that makes sense. Song Jin-cho is the first place winner of the previous Chopin competition, so that makes a lot of sense that you really like him.
Yeah, his style of playing the piano is exactly the way I wanted to play.
That's very nice. I also love the way Song Jin-cho plays. It's very modern, you know, he plays not like some maybe very traditional pianists like Andras Schiff. He's much more of the 21st century style.
Yeah.
So when did you join the VYPC?
Oh, I joined VIPC 4 years ago.
4 years ago, so when you just started piano, you joined already.
Yeah.
And did you do any master classes, events while you were in the VYPC?
Yeah, I do a lot.
And how has it helped you? Who have you taken master classes with?
I took several, like for example, Wally Professor, Walter Silverman, and Tony Yikyang, and also Sasha.
Do you enjoy learning from all of these different masters?
Yeah, I learned a lot.
And you probably also are very receptive. They tell you something and you can fix it right away, right?
Yeah,
And that's something that a lot of teachers like. They love students who can immediately fix things.
that's what I could do all the time.
Yes, I have a feeling that you're that kind of person because we can all tell that you're very talented. Not only are you talented, but you also have a genuine passion and a like for music, which is very rare, and it's something that we can all appreciate. So good luck in the future on your Chopin competition and all of your future music endeavors. Congratulations again on winning the CMC this year. And as a prize, the VYPC is going to give you this battery pack to charge your phone, and it has the VYPC logo on it. So this is your prize, your gift for participating.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to this interview.